Hey, welcome to my channel, Plant-Based Storm. I'm Stormy, and today I wanted to do a recipe, and it's Texas hash. For the recipe, we're actually going to be using a bunch of tomatoes from our garden and this giant Marconi pepper in place of the bell pepper that's in the recipe. So I know that not everybody has access to a garden right out back, but I know that most people have access to farmers markets, or you could even use tomatoes from the grocery store. I just thought this would be a nice way to use up what we have growing in our garden, and so I'm going to cook these down and use these as the sauce. Just go ahead and cut your tomatoes up into chunks, put it in a pot and on your stove on a medium-low heat and allow it to cook. Go ahead and cut up your bell pepper, garlic, and onion. Just remember to keep an eye on your tomatoes. This is about 15 minutes after simmering on the stove. Okay, so here I'm going to strain the juice into a frying pan that I'm going to end up using later in the recipe, trying to cut down on the amount of dishes that I actually have to do, and pour the juice back through into the original pot that it came in from the frying pan, and I'm going to set it aside and allow it to drain. Then just add your veggies back into that same frying pan, and a teaspoon of mustard powder to that, and then you're going to add in 2 teaspoons of chili powder, and you're going to stir this around and allow it to cook dry so that it brings the seasoning flavors out into the dish. And you're just going to stir that around, let it cook a little while, and then you're going to add in a cup of water. At this point, you can add in a half cup of brown rice. Then you want to finish straining the tomatoes. I like to use an avocado masher to help get out as much of the pulp as I can into the pot below. This allows you to have the tomato flavor without having to peel every single tomato to get the skin off. Then you just want to take your strained tomatoes and pour it into the frying pan and stir it in. And you're going to want to turn your temperature to a low simmer. Add in 2 tablespoons of tomato paste and a teaspoon of Vegan Worcestershire sauce and stir this in well. You want to add in 2 peeled tomatoes cut into chunks. You will see me adding in a Ziploc bag of pinto beans, but really you can just add a can. This is just what I had left over, so that's what I used. And I did this last so that the beans would not be mushy. So there you have it. That is the simple, easy Texas hash served with a side of fresh greens and air-fried okra and green tomatoes. And as always, thank you so much for watching.